Please take your seats. Our program will begin in 15 minutes. Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. Our program will begin in 15 minutes.
Pakistan? Indonesia?
This old man? This old man?
Go ahead, do that for me.
Dedicate this to Niles. This old man, everybody got it? This old man.
This old man.
Yep. Something a little lighter. Alright, ready?
Not feeling the love.
Next time.
Oh,
No respect.
oh, that's right. I forgot we had that.
Pass.
Pass.
What is it?
Pass.
Pass.
Boy, why are you-
That's very good.
Ladies and gentlemen, today's program will begin momentarily. Please take a moment to silence all phones and electronic devices. Restrooms are located to the left of the stage on the terrace level. Please see an usher if you need any assistance during the program. In the event of an emergency, or if the building needs to be evacuated, please use the side exits located on either side of the auditorium. Thank you for your cooperation and have a wonderful day.
Are we doing the faculty thing? Yeah. Doing the special fanfare?
Yeah, we'll do the second one. All right, so just help keep an eye out for check to see if you see him sitting there. Just let me know if you see him sitting. Yeah. I couldn't see it last night. I couldn't. I still. They were done. It's okay. Actually, we're done.
I've got a little bit over on yours, I think, but I got if I move it. My car just goes whoop. Back seat for the rest of it.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Niagara University's 2022 graduating class from the College of Arts and Sciences and the College of Hospitality, Sport, and Tourism Management. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the members of the Niagara University Student Government Senior Delegation, led by the Class of 2022 President, Ms. Emily Daphne. Ms. Daphne is carrying the processional banner with the university's official seal and motto, Ut omnes te cognoscant, from the Gospel of John, meaning that all may know you. They are accompanied by the senior class advisor, Dr. Dana Raditz, from the Department of Criminology and Criminal Justice. The ceremonial mace is an ancient symbol of authority that represents the corporal presence of the university. The Niagara University mace is hand-carved teak and features 4 engraved silver medallions representing the core values of the university and its mission. It is present at all solemn gatherings of the university, and it links us to over 400 years of our Vincentian heritage. The mace is being brought to the stage this afternoon by Associate Professor of School Psychology and Associate Dean of the College of Education, Dr. Lisa Kilanowski. Ladies and gentlemen, and members of the class of 2022, please stand and welcome the faculty and governing body of Niagara University. My name is Henrik Borgström. I'm a professor of French and the associate provost of Niagara University, and it is my distinct privilege to serve as the master of ceremonies at this year's commencement exercises for the 165th graduating class of Niagara University. Please be seated. I am honored to share the stage today with members of the university's Board of Trustees wearing the honorary purple robes, Very Reverend Stephen Grozio, CM, Sister Louise Gallahue, DC, Ms. Mary Alice Demler, Ms. Kathleen Neville, and Reverend Craig Pridgeon. Thank you all for being here with us today. Also on the stage, the members of the President's Administrative Cabinet, my distinguished faculty colleagues, the deans and associate deans of our 5 colleges, our eminent honorees, and of course, our esteemed President, Reverend James J. Marr, CM. This week, we will confer associates, bachelor's, master's, doctoral degrees, and professional diplomas to more than 1,000 candidates here near our Lewiston campus and also at our campus in Ontario, Canada. May your memories of this event serve as a lasting reminder of the time that you have spent with us, formed in the Catholic intellectual tradition and in the charism of our patron, St. Vincent de Paul. May today's ceremonies inspire you to commit to a life of continuous learning, growth, and service to others. As our university operates on both sides of the border, it is our custom to perform the national anthems both of the United States and Canada. This afternoon, O Canada will be sung by Morgan Hilliker, and the Star-Spangled Banner will be sung by Alyssa Garmon. Both Morgan and Alyssa are graduating senior performance majors from our Department of Theater and Fine Arts. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise for the presentation of the colors and the playing of the national anthems. Gentlemen, as a sign of respect, please remove your hats. The colors are presented by the Niagara University Purple Eagle Battalion of ROTC. After the anthems, please remain standing for the invocation given by our Vice President for Mission Integration, Reverend Aidan Rooney, CM, and for the land acknowledgement read by Dr. Tamra Miner, Vice President for Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Father Rooney.
It's been for me and for all of you sometimes a joyous journey together for 4 years, sometimes a journey of new kinds of growth. And one of the startling pieces for me with all of you was seeing for the first time a Muslim woman standing with a Christian man, praying together with 400 of our students for an end to violence against women. We are learning that we can be together, live together, care together, pray together. I invite you to pray now with me as I pray for you in the tradition which I have received. In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. That all may know thee, O God, ut omnes te cognoscant. How can we, of various faiths, O God, pray together this afternoon? What have you revealed of yourself that we must know today, O God? What have you shown me in Jesus Christ that I must share? This, that all may say yes to your gift of life and of labor, of family and of rest, of study and of discovery, of building, of planting, of healing, and so much more. In this life, which you have given as a gift, you come to be known. In your graciousness, you have opened a door to that knowledge these brief years together, and in them, these degree recipients have discovered a part of the truth to be known that you have sown in the fields of their academic and professional endeavors upon which they are about to embark. Like our patron, St. Vincent de Paul, they both chose their lives and have been chosen by it. These degrees conferred today are evidence of their efforts, the efforts and recognition of their faculties, and the esteem of the Board of Trustees. Together, we have all brought this stage of the journey to completion. And now, with what do you present us, O God, but another door, and again the questions. What will you show us now? What? This, that all might say yes to this life which is always before us, with its endless possibility. I pray, O God, that these, your beloved, will say yes and yes and yes again, to life and not to death, to healing and not to hurt, to peace and not to war, to love and not to hate. In this you will come to be known. Enjoy this day. Let each reach and open the door to the tomorrow where you wait for them, longing to be known again. Amen.
Good afternoon. We ask you to join the Niagara University family in acknowledging that today we are privileged to gather on the lands of the Seneca and Tuscarora nations and other indigenous communities who have stewarded this land throughout generations. We honor their sovereignty, demonstrate respect, and correct the stories and practices that have erased indigenous peoples' history and culture by inviting, honoring truth. As a university striving for inclusive excellence, we believe that truth and recognition are critical components to building connections across all barriers of heritage and differences. We offer land acknowledgement as part of the conscious effort to affirm our commitment to be better stewards of the land on which we stand and to pledge to work in partnership with a spirit of mutual respect and collaboration. Niagara University appreciates and regards the traditions of our community's diverse cultures. Thank you.
Thank you, Sally, Morgan, Alyssa, Father Rudy, and Dr. Miner. Please be seated. As I mentioned, I am a French professor, and commencement is a French word meaning beginning. I would like to take a moment to recognize a number of my colleagues who are embarking on a different kind of beginning as they are retiring from the university after dedicating many years to the lives and minds of our students. Associate Professor of Theater and Costume Construction, Ms. Marilyn Dayton, Faculty Fellow of American Sign Language and Deaf Studies, Professor Nanette Harmon, Associate Professor of Religious Studies, Reverend Joseph Hubbard, CM, and Associate Professor of English, Dr. William Martin. On behalf of the entire Niagara University community, thank you for your commitment to education, and may the years ahead bring you many blessings. I also want to recognize one member of our esteemed faculty who is completing 25 years of service to the university. Associate Professor of English, Dr. Paula Cott. Please come forward to receive your Emerito Medal for 25 years of dedication to our students. Father Mar, would you kindly do the honors? The Dunleavy Medal is named after 1941 Niagara alumnus Francis J. Dunleavy, and it recognizes a member of the faculty who has given 50 years of service to the university. It gives me great pleasure this year to award the Dunleavy Medal to my friend, my colleague, our commencement marshal and adjunct professor of public speaking, and he's going to kill me for doing this, Brother Martin Schneider, CM. I invite Dr. Sharon Watkinson, Professor Emerita of Theater and Fine Arts, to read the citation.
Whew!
Yeah, that's what I said.
Brother Martin Schneider, CM, Dunleavy Medal, May 14, 2022. St. Vincent de Paul once wrote, "If God is the center of your life, no words are necessary. Your mere presence will touch hearts." How truly these words resonate with my dear friend, my dedicated colleague, my faithful collaborator, Brother Martin Schneider. Brother Martin, CM, was born in Brooklyn, New York, December 28, 1943. His birth name is Frederick Henry Schneider. He entered the Vincentian community in January of 1962 and pronounced vows on July 18, 1967. He is 60 years of Vincentian. He received both his BA and MS from Niagara University, and he also studied Victorian literature at the University of London in England. He served at the Seminary of Our Lady of Angels from 1964 until 72, and has been at Niagara ever since. Brother Martin, also known as Bromar, is a dedicated member of the Vincentian community, an outstanding administrator, a devoted and respected teacher, and above all, a man committed to his family and friends. As a Vincentian, he has accepted whatever position or responsibility has been asked of him. For a period of time, he served as superior of the priests and brothers' residence and is currently the treasurer for their on-campus home. He has been a faithful participant in communal activities such as morning prayers, attendance at Mass, caring for elder members of the community, and even shopping for groceries for the house kitchen. In all his endeavors, Bromar models St. Vincent de Paul's love of others, especially for those less fortunate. Bromar's first administrative appointment at Niagara in 1972 was in the College of Nursing, overseeing and assisting nursing faculty in their audiovisual needs. Nursing faculty adored this young Vincentian. At this time, Bromar also became involved with the theater program at Niagara, and he, along with some very committed students, literally transformed the Clay Hall gym. Yes, there used to be a gym in Clay Hall. They transformed it into a viable theater performance space. That space today is known as the Leary Theater, located in the Elizabeth Ann Clune Center for Theater. Not only did Bromar help build the theater space, but also he performed in a number of shows in that space. Bromar's next major appointment was as Director of Student Activities, a position he held for a number of years. After that, he became Administrative Assistant to the Department of Theater Studies and served in that capacity for over 20 years. During his theater years, Bromar also began his teaching career, which he has continued to this very year. He has taught hundreds of students, many of whom he mentored and counseled and befriended. Additionally, over the past 20 years, he has served as the prime mover and organizer, the grand marshal, if you will, of Commencement. The time, energy, talent, organizational ability, and sense of responsibility required by this position are inestimable. Finally, Bromar has been devoted to his family, especially to his mother and father, who are now deceased, and most currently to his beloved sister, Mary. As a friend, he's faithful, steadfast, loyal, kind, compassionate, trustworthy, supportive, and most loving. This I know to be true, as I have been his friend for the last 58 years. And so, on this momentous occasion, Niagara University is pleased and happy to honor Brother Martin Schneider, CM, with the Dunleavy Medal for 50 years of service. Now we can applaud.
Thank you, Dr. Watkinsons, and congratulations, Bromar. Here's to another 50 years. Dear friends, it is customary during convocations such as this to honor persons whose extraordinary achievements set them apart as role models for all students whom Niagara University graduates on this day. The Niagara University Père Boire Medal recognizes the extraordinary contribution and service to our global society after the example of the Gospels, Vincent de Paul, and Vincentian martyr Jean-Gabriel Père Boire. This afternoon, we are pleased to honor Niagara University 2008 alumnus, Mr. Mathon Noy. The citation will be read by the university's Executive Vice President, Dr. Deborah Colley. Mr. Noy, please come forward to accept your award. Thank you.
My divine Savior, transform me into yourself. Destroy in me all that is not of you. Grant that I may live only in you, by you, and for you, so that I may truly say, I live, now not I, but Christ lives in me. These words are attributed to the 19th century Vincentian missionary Jean-Gabriel Père Boire. His prayer remains today a plea for self-transformation and spiritual rebirth. It also reflects the extraordinary life of this afternoon's honoree and Niagara University 2008 alumnus, Mathon Noy. Mr. Noy was 9 years old when his native Sudan was torn apart by civil war. Separated from his family, he walked from his village in southern Sudan into Ethiopia, a journey that lasted over 3 months and covered more than 1,000 miles. He settled in a refugee camp, having no idea where any of his family members were, or if they were even alive. When the Ethiopian government was overthrown some years later, Mathon was forced to flee again, making a perilous trek across the Gilo River back into Sudan. Attacks by the Sudanese forces continued, and he saw all of his friends brutally killed or wounded. He was himself shot in the left hand, the thigh, the left leg, and he was forced to take cover in the forest without shoes and without any possibility of medical aid. After 8 days, Mathon managed to get himself to the Red Cross Hospital in Kenya, at which point his wounds were so severely infected that the doctors advised having his arm amputated. But luckily, his wounds eventually healed, and after 2 months in the hospital, he was released to the Kakuma refugee camp in Kenya. In 2001, he was resettled in the United States, along with 3,800 other child victims of the war, who became known as the Lost Boys of Sudan, arriving in chilly Rochester, New York, with nothing but the clothes on his back and the sandals on his feet, alone, broken, but not without hope. He earned his associate's degree from Monroe Community College and arrived at our own Niagara University, where he completed his bachelor's degree in accounting in 2008. He has since returned to his own country, not as a lost boy, but as an entrepreneur, leader, and builder of communities. Together with his cousin, Sebastian Mirandet, he founded the not-for-profit organization, Building Minds in South Sudan, as a means to raise funds to build schools. As of this year, they have built 2 primary schools and 2 secondary schools in their home village, and plans are in place to construct additional schools in the surrounding region. Their mission is to improve literacy, equality, and economic opportunity through community-based educational programs and facilities. The organization also provides targeted microfinancing to encourage female entrepreneurs and to afford economic independence to Sudanese women. Having lost his childhood to the atrocities of war, Mathan Noy transformed despair into hope, loss into growth. And like the multiple irrigated gardens he has built in his war-torn village, he brought life to the desert. For his remarkable courage, faith, and perseverance, among many other things, we are very proud and honored to bestow upon our alumnus, Mathan Noy, the Distinguished Medal of Saint Jean Gabriel Pourboire, C.M.
Thank you, Dr. Kali, and thank you, Mathan, for the extraordinary work that you are doing. We are so proud to call you one of our alumni. A very special way that a university shows its respect and affection for an individual is by conferring an honorary degree, designated in Latin as honoris causa, meaning for the sake of honor. This is a privilege granted by the Board of Trustees after careful consideration of each candidate. This afternoon's honorary degree will be presented by Niagara University's President, Reverend James J. Marr, C.M. Assisting him is the university's Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs, Dr. Timothy Ireland. This afternoon's recipient is internationally respected economist, Dr. Jeffrey Sachs. The citation will be read by the Dean of the Horseshoe College of Business Administration, Dr. Mark Frascator. Dr. Sachs, please join Father Marr at the front of the stage.
In August of 2017, Pope Francis pleaded with national leaders to listen to the cry of the earth and the cry of the poor, who suffer most because of unbalanced ecology. And more recently, future generations will never forgive us if we miss this opportunity to protect our common home. Such is the mission and task of all humanity. Among the voices who have raised the alarm about environmental degradation, rapid population growth, and the increasing plague of extreme poverty, few are more respected than that of this afternoon's honoree, Dr. Jeffrey Sachs. Dr. Sachs is currently the director of the Center for Sustainable Development at Columbia University, where he holds the rank of university professor and president of the United Nations Sustainable Development Solutions Network. A trained economist specializing in international finance who rose to full professor at Harvard University at the age of 29, Dr. Sachs has long argued that sustainable development is humanity's most pressing problem, that addressing the needs of the poorest of the poor should be the most urgent task of the international community, and that development of new technologies offers the best hope for simultaneously increasing economic growth and reducing its impact on the planet. A prolific scholar, Dr. Sachs has addressed the social, economic, and environmental inequalities resulting from an increasingly integrated global economy. He has written 3 New York Times best-selling books on these issues and has made countless presentations at international conferences. He served as the principal advisor on economic and social development to 3 consecutive Secretaries General of the United Nations. He put theory to practice, working with several South American governments to help control inflation, which especially disrupted the poorest populations. Following the fall of the Soviet Union, Dr. Sachs helped design economic programs to help former Eastern Bloc countries transition from command to market economies. And in the 2000s, he dedicated himself to combat rural challenges in Asia, Africa, and Latin America, particularly in the areas of disease control and increasing crop yields. Dr. Sachs acknowledges that solutions to these problems are not solely technological, but will require a public consensus that needs to be built on an understanding of these problems in their mechanistic sense, as well as the development of shared values that these problems are important to address. He has been unwavering in his dedication to build the consensus between the developing world and the world's most advanced economies. Dr. Sachs has received 38 honorary doctorates, and he was twice named to Time magazine's list of 100 most influential world leaders. In recognition of Jeffrey Sachs' extraordinary commitment to sustainable economic development and defending the poorest of the poor, we are proud to bestow upon him, honoris causa, the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters.
Thank you, Dr. Frascatore, and congratulations, Dr. Sachs. Now, if you will kindly take the podium, it is my honor to invite you to deliver this afternoon's commencement address.
I can put it in one word: wow. That's nice. Thank you, President Reverend Maurer. Thank you, faculty. Thank you, all of this incredible community. And the one thing that is overwhelming for me as I visit, this is a community. And this is a community steeped in value and wonderful values. And I can't tell you how grateful I am to be part of your community. Graduates, my congratulations to you. This has not been the easiest 4 years, I think. This has been a little bit complicated, but you have made it through incredible twists and turns that we've not seen at least for a century, in public health challenges, and now in even more complex global and geopolitical challenges. You made it, and you made it with distinction, and it's absolutely a joy for me to greet you and congratulate you. I know you made it in the Vincentian way, and that is an incredible way. You solved a problem that I've been trying to figure out for quite a long time. As you just heard, I had a wonderful, wonderful honor and opportunity to work with governments in Central Europe just after the fall of communism in 1989. And I became advisor to one of my lifelong heroes, Lech Wałęsa, who was the Polish leader of Solidarity. And he helped to bring democracy back to his country. But what was incredible for me was that I was quickly asked to advise a new young finance minister whom I had not known. And this man performed with genius, incredible ingenuity, determination, perspicacity, stamina. And I've always wondered, how did Leszek Balcerowicz, the finance minister of Poland, get it so right? And I realized today he was trained by Vincentians. This is the truth. He was trained at St. John's University in New York. And I figured it out today, thank you. Because what a lucky thing. By the way, if you're ever going to be advisor to anybody, advise someone brilliant that knows just what to do without your advice. This is the big trick that I can advise you. Now, by the way, I think it's also fair to say, with all of Leszek Balcerowicz's brilliance, it didn't hurt to have a Polish Pope, too, for Poland. So that's also something that I advise every country that I work with. And I was just in Argentina a couple of weeks ago, and things are turning up with Pope Francis. So this is a little bit of the practical part of advising as well. I can't tell you how thrilled I am to be celebrating your graduation, but I have to confess, though, there are graduates of arts and sciences, Bachelor of Arts degrees, Bachelor of Sciences degrees, Bachelor of Sports, Bachelors of Tourism. I am emotionally most thrilled to be celebrating the degree in hospitality, because I want to say that we all desperately need a degree in hospitality. It is the most important thing that we need to understand in this world. I looked it up. I wasn't sure exactly the root of hospitality. Even the etymologists aren't absolutely sure, but they think that it comes from an ancient Indo-European root of hosti, which means foreigner. So the essence of hospitality is the beneficence and kindness to foreigners. There is no more virtue in the world more important for our survival and our well-being than the virtue of hospitality. And as I arrived in your unique part of the world, and so beautiful that my whole family joined to come see the beauty, and of course we saw the falls this morning. This is the second time in 2 weeks that I've been in a place where you look across the river to another country. That's very odd. There aren't so many there. Actually, by the way, now that I think about it, this is really the third time in 3 weeks, because I was in Argentina. You don't look across the river, but you look across the bay to Uruguay. Today, we look across the river to Canada. And by the way, Canada, apparently, say the etymologists, means village in the local language of the Native Americans here. And so every time we say Canada, we are acknowledging the land of the Seneca and the Mohawk. And last week, I was in Kinshasa, the capital of the Democratic Republic of the Congo, looking right across the river at Brazzaville. Well, now that I think about it, not just the two that I was going to reflect on, but all three events have a lot to do with hospitality. Having a neighbor right across the river is not the easiest thing in the world. And it turns out, historically, it's a pretty complicated affair. When we were in Argentina 2 weeks ago and visiting Uruguay, we went right across the river to a little community in Uruguay, which I learned on that day had been in the midst of war and changed hands 10 times in a century, because the empires of Brazil, then Portugal, and Spain were fighting each other over this middle ground. This is an example of why living right next to each other is not so easy. In the two river experiences of the last 2 weeks, it's actually not dissimilar that both rivers were sites of contest and conflict, and in both cases of the Congo and of the St. Lawrence, it was the Native Americans that paid by far the highest price. Actually, in both cases, European settlers came because of the riches that they believed that they could extract from the region. In the St. Lawrence, it was for the furs that would lead to very profitable early colonization. In the case of Congo, it started with ivory, and then it went to rubber, and then it went to uranium, actually, and then now it is copper and cobalt. But in both cases, here in Niagara and in Kinshasa, the river turned out to be the pathway of conquest and the pathway for greed and the pathway for depredation of the locals. In North America, of course, the Europeans came and settled and essentially pushed out the Native Americans either by force of movement or by the tragedy of the pathogens that they brought from the Old World that led to a decimation of the population. In Congo, it was equally devastating, but in a different way. There, probably because of the disease environment of the Congo, highly malarious and other tropical diseases, Europeans did not settle. But as many of you will know, King Leopold of Belgium turned that place into a slave colony. And instead of having European settlement, he had a few local armies enforcing slavery of millions to extract the resources from these places. And up the river on one side came the Belgians, King Leopold, and up the river on the other side came the French with the explorer Brazza, and hence Brazzaville on one side and Kinshasa on the other side. What do we learn? We learn that these places were not settled by graduates of the School of Hospitality. We learned that when foreigners arrived, they viewed the other with contempt and met the other with violence. And this has been the way of the world, and the way that endangers the world to this very day. You're graduating not only after the turmoil of COVID, but now in the midst of a rising geopolitical crisis and war. And it calls to mind, once again, the issue of hospitality. Once again, there is a war over contested land. We have a brutal invasion from Russia, but in part sparked by the desire of NATO and the United States to push farther and farther east, despite all of the warnings by Russia, please don't come to our border, please leave something in between for safety. Very rarely in the world is there the wisdom to leave the space for safety. Very rarely in the world is there the wisdom of the respect for the other, of the ability to listen to the other, to not say, we don't want to hear what they say, that's all false, but rather, why don't we sit down and discuss with each other? This is the only way, graduates, that problems in this world can be resolved. There are no solutions through military victory and defeat in this world. It doesn't work. I'm now 67 years old. My whole life has been US wars that didn't quite work. We need a different approach. We need an approach of negotiation. We need an approach of mutual understanding. We need an approach of encounter. We need an approach, dare I say, of hospitality. We need an approach, if I may put it this way, of the Vincentian way. You are very lucky, graduates, I can tell you. You're part of a small, small part of the world that has had the good fortune to grow up in a peaceful environment, and just look at the wonderful Mr. Noy and what he has surmounted. It puts all of us in awe and in respect, and it also makes us understand how lucky we are. All of you have had the benefit of loving family and friends that have helped to see you to this unique moment in your lives. You have trained at a magnificently beautiful place on the planet, absolutely gorgeous. We saw more splendid birds, more Canadian geese, more wonderful fauna and flora this morning than you can see for quite a long time where I live in the Upper West Side of New York. So you're in an extraordinarily beautiful, beautiful place. You have great teachers. This is absolutely clear. And I think it's the remarkable triad that you have the beauty, you have the teachers, and you have the values. So I want to congratulate you and ask you, stay with the values of hospitality, stay with the care of the others, and imbibe the Vincentian way to help serve the world. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Dr. Sachs, for your remarks and excellent advice, I must say. And now, the culmination of our ceremony, the conferral of degrees. But before we begin, just a few administrative details. Professional photographs will be taken of all candidates as they receive their degree from Father Marr, and proofs will be mailed to respective families. In the interest of order and safety, and for the simple courtesy of not blocking other people's view, we ask family and friends of the candidates to remain at your seats and not to approach the stage to take pictures. And graduates, out of respect for your fellow classmates, after you receive your degree, please return to your seat and remain with your cohort until the end of the ceremony. All degree candidates, please rise. Father Marr, please proceed to the podium for the general conferral. Reverend President, I have the honor to present to you from the College of Arts and Sciences and the College of Hospitality, Sport, and Tourism Management all candidates who have fulfilled every requirement for their respective degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Regents of the University of the State of New York, with the approval of the Board of Trustees of Niagara University, I hereby confer the appropriate degrees to these candidates and bestow on them all rights and privileges therein. Congratulations.
Graduates, as a symbol of your new status, please move the tassel on your cap from the right to the left side. Congratulations, Niagara University, class of 2022. You may now secure your hoods. Not as easy as it sounds. Graduates, please be seated for a moment. The first degree we are conferring today warrants some special attention. In the fall of 2018, Patrick D. Romano, Jr. started his freshman year at NU like most of you did. He pursued a major in sport management and media communication, and for 3 years he played with the Purple Eagles ACHA hockey team. Tragically, Patrick passed away a little over a year ago. Today would have been his graduation day, and members of the senior class delegation have requested that we take a moment to recognize Patrick as a member of the class of 2022. I would like to invite Patrick's friend and teammate, Mr. Daniel Smolka, to offer a remembrance. I'm so honored to be up here right now to speak on behalf of all of the people that loved Patty and were impacted so heavily by his remarkable presence. When tragedy hits, people often say, "You will find strength in numbers." And when it came to Patty, there couldn't have been a more fitting phrase. Patrick Romano impacted the life of everyone he came across. It didn't matter if he knew him for a day, a week, or many years. He made you feel like you were his friend forever. Patty was larger than life. I had the honor of being his defensive partner on the ACHA hockey team here at Niagara for 2 years, and it was some of the most memorable years of hockey that I have ever played. Taking the ice with Patty was something that I'll cherish forever. No matter what was going on in the game, he was definitely not afraid to stick up for his teammates. He had every single one of our backs. He was much more than a teammate to all of us. He was our brother. Patty was the type of person who instantly lit up every room he entered. No matter what was going on personally in any of our lives, Patty would go out of his way to make sure that everyone was happy. He always put others first so that when someone was going through a tough time, like not doing well on a test or after a bad game, he somehow found a way to make us feel like everything was going to be okay. His positivity and good nature were contagious, and he made going to the rink each and every day that much more enjoyable. Whether the team was on a winning streak or in a slump, Patty knew how to keep the room humble in times of success, as well as keep the mood light during times of struggle. He was always one of the first guys to show up to the rink and always one of the last ones to leave. He would stay after practice, helping others improve their game. He truly was the glue that held us together. I vividly remember going on a road trip a few years ago. Patty and I were rooming together, and I came down with the flu. To no one's surprise, Patty took care of me, making sure I was staying hydrated, bringing me breakfast in case I wanted it, and even offered to go to the local corner store near our hotel to get some medication for me. Patty, my friend, my brother, I miss talking with you about your favorite sports teams, the New York Jets and the Philadelphia Flyers, and all of the things that you thought they should have been doing better. I speak for so many people when I say I would do anything to change the past and to see you walk across this stage. But the truth is, you are here because there's a part of you living on in the hearts of all of the people that you have touched. You are one of the best people I have ever met, and I feel so blessed to have known you. As Patty would say, let's go. We love you, 1-9. Patrick's mother is here with us today, and I would now like to invite Mrs. Romano up to the stage to accept the degree on behalf of her son. We will now proceed with the conferral of degrees. Degree candidates, please approach the stage. I invite Dean Peter Butera to present the graduates from the College of Arts and Sciences.
To echo Dr. Sachs's comments, wow. Daniel, I want to thank you for the very fitting words of remembrance for your dear friend Patrick. And I applaud Patrick's mother for coming up on stage to accept the diploma on her son's behalf. Thank you so much. Very Reverend President, Father Marr, and distinguished members of the Board of Trustees, on behalf of all my faculty colleagues, I have the honor of presenting to you the candidates for the bachelor's degree in the College of Arts and Sciences. Receiving the degree of Bachelor of Arts, Ijoa Kasim Adam, cum laude. Isabella Patrice Ayu, magna cum laude. Mohammed Salah Al-Sali. Lisbeth M. Arias. Andrew J. Bloom. Gianna M. Bush. Alicia Latrice Caldwell May. Abigail Grace Surasani, cum laude. Jordan Daniel Cintron, with distinction. Casey J. Conti, cum laude. Catherine A. Courtney, magna cum laude. Stephanie Marie Denman. Samantha Kathleen DeFonso, magna cum laude, double degree. Samantha's diploma is being presented by her parents, Tom DeFonso, adjunct professor of chemistry, and Jacqueline DeFonso, my colleague in arts and sciences. Luke Joseph Donner, summa cum laude. Hope Arena Elmore. Zachary J. Federico. Jordan Therese Fisher. Logan Helen Fisher, summa cum laude. Marin Joel Geiger, summa cum laude. Drew Glitch. Destiny Janai Griffin. Tanner Wayne Holthouse. Tanner's diploma is being presented by his mother, Laura Holthouse, Assistant to the Dean of Nursing. Taylor Marie Huff. Alyssa Monet Johnson. Ariana R. Johnson. Nathaniel Edwin Johnson, summa cum laude. Noah Richard Kazmarek, magna cum laude. Kristen Elizabeth Keene. Samantha R. Keene. David Russell Keegan. Adam P. Kiedrowski, summa cum laude, University Honors. Caitlin C. Kuzara. Duncan Scott McDonald, magna cum laude. Brooklyn Alana Matika. Alexandria C. Marston, with distinction. Denasia L. Martin. Desmond John McGoey. Lauren Candace Mancabello, magna cum laude. Lauren's diploma is being presented by her mother, Allison Lytle, adjunct professor of fine arts. Ida Michele. Melanie Ann Morgan, cum laude. Melanie's diploma is being presented by her father, Deacon Howard Morgan of Alumni Engagement. Janai L. Murray. Raven Unique Nelson. Patrick John Nosavage. Emily May O'Brien, cum laude, departmental honors. Maria Rose Palmieri. Hannah K. Patel. Aaron C. Phillips. Rachel V. Poor. Francesca Teresa Reyes Campusano. Isabel I. Rivera. Nia Simone Robinson. Maria Gabrielle Rocco, cum laude. Casey L. Roman. Alyssa Juliana Rosso, cum laude. Tatiana Marcela Sanchez. Abigail Ann Sapecki, magna cum laude. Brian Anthony Schapp. John William Seawagon, cum laude. Sarah Marie Snodgrass, summa cum laude, recipient of the Per Blake Award for Excellence in Philosophy. Catherine Jade Snyder. Dana Ann Starks. Asia L. Streety, University Honors. Stephanie Renee Swanson Chandler, magna cum laude, University Honors. Nicole C. Swink. Chelsea Loren Thornton, cum laude. Timothy David Tisco. Receiving the degree of Bachelor of Science, Jacob Reynold Ahrens, magna cum laude, double degree. Jacob's diploma is being presented by his mother, Amy Ahrens, academic advisor in academic exploration. August T. Becker, cum laude. Reva Blitz, University Honors. Madeline J. Broderick. Evangeline Arden Brocious. Brandon S. Bruno. Danielle Monique Campbell, summa cum laude. Vincent William Carney, cum laude. Tyler A. Carr. Olivia G. Cerrone. Sarah Elizabeth Chow, summa cum laude. Mark A. Cole, magna cum laude. Anna N. Correa. Emily Lynn Cottrell, summa cum laude. Mitchell Luke Curry. Anthony Joseph Kutry. Leah Erica D'Angelo. Emily Paige Duffini. Brandon John DeKoff, summa cum laude, University Honors. Louis Michael Destino. Michael Brandon Benjamin Donner, summa cum laude. Matthew James Drake, magna cum laude. Claudia Elise Eastland, cum laude. Victoria Rose Eggleston, cum laude. Daniel M. Esme, cum laude. Sarah Carmela Flynn. Tyler James Forcia. Chandler R. Frederick. Autumn Alberto Frigole. Justice Freiling. Zoe Gavin, cum laude. Alexander Michael Gear. Caitlin Renee Giancola, cum laude. Madeline Christine Goki, cum laude. Christian Grimes, summa cum laude. Kyra E. Grimshaw. Tristan Lee Guthrie. Aubrey Rose Halloran. Bridget Hart. Madison Heburn, summa cum laude. Jordan Renee Hiscock, cum laude. Moana Hude Cameron. Caitlin Marie Hutchins, magna cum laude. Samantha Jean Illens. Cameron P. Ireland. Zoe A. James. Gianni Nicolette Kale. Samantha M. Casper, cum laude. Gabrielle L. Kehoe, summa cum laude. Lauren Ann Kelch. Grace E. Kibler, double degree, summa cum laude, University Honors. Nicholas Stouder, Kratholm. Jordan James Kraswicki. Kayla C. Lovett, summa cum laude. Jenna Marie Lapine. Evan S. Lord, magna cum laude. Caroline Rose Madania, magna cum laude, University Honors. William J. Mann. Naomi Z. Mapp. Leah J. Manth, cum laude. Dylan C. Mariglia. Olivia Catherine Mason, summa cum laude, University Honors. Allison Nicole McCormick, summa cum laude. Emma Mary McCrory, summa cum laude. Lauren Emily McGrath, magna cum laude. Lauren's diploma is being presented by her mother, Dr. Kathleen McGrath, Associate Professor of Education. Michelle Elise Messenger, summa cum laude. Victoria Hope Manette, cum laude, University Honors. Frances Catherine Monk. Marina Lynn Moore. Maria Mudasir, magna cum laude, departmental honors. Hannah Haley Mullen. Leah Catherine Mum, summa cum laude. Shayna Ray Mishral, summa cum laude, University Honors. Jack Raymond Nadrowski, cum laude, University Honors. Uthamia N. Norman. Emily M. Norton, summa cum laude. Dylan L. Oken, summa cum laude. Chelsea M. Pagano, magna cum laude. Nicole Ann Perello, cum laude. Paige A. Perry, summa cum laude. Brian A. Pienta. John Christopher Pinty. John's diploma is being presented by his father, Dr. Daniel Pinty, Professor of English. Alicia Celeste Quenville, summa cum laude, University Honors. Caroline Elizabeth Ramos. John Thomas Roniker. Emily Ann Rue, cum laude. Ariana Shaylin Sanders, cum laude. Jacqueline Schmitz, with distinction. Chloe L. Schreier, summa cum laude. Emiliana T. Schuler. Benjamin Serrano. Timothy B. Skinner, magna cum laude. Savannah Ray Small. Christopher Adam Summer. Allison J. Sorry, University Honors. Jacob Scott Stablewski, cum laude, University Honors. Dalton Mead Steyer. Ryan R. Sutherland, summa cum laude. Madeline Grace Teal, cum laude. Madeline's diploma is being presented by her mother, Amy Teal, senior lecturer in theater and fine arts. Mason L. Timian, cum laude. Spencer Dylan Vadney, summa cum laude. Rachel M. Wager, magna cum laude. Evan DeVogel Webster, summa cum laude. Stephanie Webster. Sarah B. Wybe, with distinction. Matthew D. Watts. Madeline G. Yell, magna cum laude. Zachary Thomas Zajac. Grant Zell, cum laude. Lauren Zima, magna cum laude. Receiving the Bachelor of Fine Arts degree, Emily Ann Augello. Katrina Joy Copeland, cum laude. Spencer John Dick, magna cum laude. Alyssa M. Garmon, cum laude. Michelina M. Harrelson. Benjamin William Hayes. Morgan Jean Hilliker. Shelby Rebecca McNulty, summa cum laude. Isabel Rose Merkel. Tyler Christopher Olson. Randy Elizabeth Sykes. Riley Watson, cum laude. This concludes the conferral of degrees in the College of Arts and Sciences. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Butera. I now invite Dean Bridget Nyland to present the names of the graduates from the College of Hospitality, Sport, and Tourism Management.
Thank you, Dr. Borgstrom. Very Reverend President Father Marr and the distinguished members of the Board of Trustees, on behalf of all of my faculty colleagues, I have the true honor of presenting to you the candidates for the degree in Bachelor's of Science in the College of Hospitality, Sport, and Tourism Management. Madison Otten. Hannah Claire Brenkoch. Ajatel N. Chapman. Mary Margaret Eggert, magna cum laude, recipient of the Hospitality, Sport, and Tourism Award in the Hotel Restaurant Management Program. Kaylee Jane Evans. Nicholas Jacob Philosophus. Jessica Ann Foley. Connor J. Frawley. Anna M. Garbowski. Laku Gay. Marcus Hammond. Anne Frances Ivy. Skylar Madison Jessup. Reina Kondo. Samantha Jo Kress. Mackenzie E. Lazor, summa cum laude, recipient of the Hospitality, Sport, and Tourism Award in the Tourism and Recreation Management Program. Catherine Nicole Love, magna cum laude. Maria Montez. Melina G. Morabito, magna cum laude. Luis Nade Boa Mort, Jr. Ryan Anthony Nomowski. Gabriela Angela Ortiz, double degree in the College of Business Administration, recipient of the Monsignor Dugan Award for Outstanding Scholarship Participation in Student Life by a Senior Woman. Gabriella's diploma is being presented by her mother, Maddie Ortiz. Sydney Brianne Poth. Avery Marie Sanquest. Andrew Malik Santiago. Daniel Smoka. Raheem Conrad Solomon. Brandon Mark Stanley, cum laude. Cassandra Ann Stanton. Jared Emerson Swift. Emily M. Tomasic, magna cum laude. Gonzalo Lobo Verissimo, cum laude. Olivia B. Wall, cum laude. This concludes the conferral of degrees in the College of Hospitality, Sport, and Tourism Management.
Thank you, Dean Nyland, and please join me once again in recognizing the newest graduating class of Niagara University. Congratulations. I now invite Niagara University's Dean of Students, Ms. Avril Harbin, to present the student awards. Father Marr, would you kindly come to the front of the stage?
Good afternoon. Thank you, and congratulations. Love you back. The Niagara Medal is awarded annually to the graduating student who, in the judgment of classmates, combines the best qualities of character, personality, and commitment to academic success. It is my sincere pleasure to announce that the recipient for 2022 is Theater Performance Major Morgan Hilliger. Morgan, please come to the stage to accept your award from Father Marr. Congratulations, Morgan. The Niagara University Diamond Eagle Award is bestowed on the graduating NUOP student who has successfully integrated academic excellence with campus life, which may include leadership, campus involvement, athletics, career achievement, community service, or creative and performing arts. This year's recipient is Miss Francesca Reyes Campesano. Francesca, please come to the stage to accept your award from Father Marr. Congratulations, Francesca. The Niagara University Senior Medal is awarded to the graduating senior with the highest grade point average. This year's award goes to political science major, Ms. Marin Geiger. Marin, please come to the stage to accept the senior medal from Father Marr. Once again, congratulations, Morgan, Francesca, and Marin. Thank you.
Thank you, Dean Harbin, and congratulations. It is customary during commencement exercises for a representative of the student body to offer an expression of gratitude to the university. And I am pleased to invite Ms. Emily Daphne, president of the senior class, to come to the stage and offer her remarks.
Hello, class of 2022. It is an honor to be standing today here with you all. I cannot believe how far we have all come individually and as a class. We truly have had one of the most unique college experiences. Who would have thought that our sophomore year, we'd be sent home and find ourselves in the midst of a global pandemic? It feels like just yesterday we all arrived here back on the Ridge in 2018. I most certainly never imagined that this little campus with spooky old buildings overlooking a place called Devil's Hole would become our home. There are so many people to thank for getting us all here to this point where we can proudly walk across the stage and call ourselves graduates of Niagara University. I first want to thank my parents and grandparents. I truly could not have been here today without you all. I want to give a huge shout out to my personal advisors, Dr. Gallo and Dr. McCourt, for always pushing me to be the best that I can possibly be. Thank you for supporting me through one major change and about 100 changes in life goals and aspirations. Thank you to our class advisor, Dr. Raditz, as well as Maddie, Bill, Carrie, and Kim for helping me to find my true passion in life to pursuing a career in higher education and student affairs administration. Thank you for encouraging me to chase all of my dreams, no matter where they might take me. This list of thank yous could possibly go on for all eternity, just simply because of the amount of sheer support and love that everyone's on NU's campus radiates. Over the years, there have been many things that I have learned. Probably one of the most important lessons that I have learned is that failure is not the enemy. Two of the most impactful professors that I have had over these 4 years, Professor Harmon and Professor Violanti, have always said that failures are not inherently bad, because they're how you learn. It seems funny to think about that way, but they are so right. You never learn to walk without falling, and you never learn to talk without stumbling over your words. So as we all move forward in our lives away from Niagara, remember it is okay to fall, except when we were crossing the stage, but nobody did that, so we're all good. Because we all have such beautiful futures ahead of us, so no matter where we go, we will always have a home here at NU. Mark Twain once said, "The two most important days in your life are the day you are born and the day you find out why." Now is the time to find out why. Congratulations, everyone.
Thank you, Emily. I would now like to recognize some of the people who contributed to make today's ceremonies a success. Our fearless commencement marshal, of course, Brother Martin Schneider, CM, for meeting the countless challenges of staging this event, and serving as associate marshal for students and faculty, Dr. Vincent Agnello, professor of business law. Mr. Michael Jeswald and Sue Strakowski from the university's Center for Conferences and Events for making all this come together so smoothly. Associate Registrar Elizabeth Broomfield, Mary Sander, Eileen Klein, and the army of NU staff and students who are helping behind the scenes. The staff of the university's IT department and our friends from BAV Services for running the technology. The members of the Niagara Frontier Brass Quintet. Before we conclude the ceremony this evening, this afternoon, it is with great honor that I invite the 26th President of Niagara University, Reverend James J. Marr, CM, to come forward and offer some remarks.
Thank you, Dr. Borgstrom. I begin by thanking the wonderful honorees we were privileged to honor today. First, Dr. Jeffrey Sachs. Your scholarship, your teaching, your research, your impact, words cannot measure what you have done. Your challenge to all of us to make the earth, the poor, and each other the centrality of our concerns. We thank you for your scholarship, your commitment. One of the core mottos of St. Vincent de Paul's life was his fundamental question, what must be done? Dr. Sachs, your scholarship, your leadership teaches us not only to ask on the earth, on poverty, with each other, what must be done, but you show us how it can be done. We thank you for being with us, bestowing on us your wisdom, your words, and the privilege of your person today. Thank you. I thank our graduate, Mathan Noi. St. Vincent de Paul was a larger-than-life figure who was known for his gregarious personality, his willingness and his gift to inspire others, his ability to organize communities for massive charity and relief. So effective he was that the country of France, before the end of his life, bestowed on him the title Honorary Secretary of State for the ways in which he organized charity and relief for refugees, for victims of war, for disease. You, Mathan, are a son of St. Vincent de Paul, whom we recognize today. A person who did not let violence and war define his life, but rather became a beacon of hope for refugees, for victims of violence and war and oppression throughout the world. And you teach us that helping refugees and creating pathways out of despair and misery is the pathway to light, to peace, and development. May we have the boldness and the courage of heart to walk that path as a country and as a world. Thank you, Mathan. In these 2 years of a global pandemic, we have identified many populations and subpopulations that we refer to as heroes: medical professionals, nurses, doctors, others, teachers. The unsung heroes of Niagara University are our faculty, who are teacher scholars, who invest in our students, who challenge them to be more and to become more, and support them in their learning and development. These have been incredibly challenging times for teachers and for faculty at university. I'd like to recognize our faculty who are here today as representatives of the entire faculty of Niagara University, and thank you for your selfless, humble, and incredible service to our students and our university community. Please stand. My message to you, our former students, and now graduates and alumni of Niagara University. Who would have thought that when you came for summer of orientation in 2018, you would have been the class, as well as others, who had to cope with a global pandemic, to live with massive disruption, your classmates dispersed, even when back together, socially distanced, your home lives disrupted, dealing with loss and grief and sadness over the death and sickness of close friends and relatives, the loss of the certainties of life. Everything that we knew to be certain and for sure and that we could count on could no longer be counted on. A massive disruption, a total upheaval of your lives as young people. And yet here you stand today as graduates. And so what I say to you is don't lose the lessons of COVID-19, of the story of your resiliency, of the human spirit. And so I leave you with 4 lessons today that you can teach us, and that my prayer and hope is that you will hold these and be held by these all your lives. First, suffering is a part of human life. It's not easy to say, but it is, and you know that incredibly well. The scriptures teach us there is no rainbow without the storm. Be faithful in the storm, and you will see the rainbow. Second, human relationships are as essential to life as the oxygen that we breathe and the water that we ingest. Don't let yourselves get isolated from others. Stay connected with family, with dear friends, with graduates, with the new relationships that you form. Third, always care for your emotional and spiritual health. Don't let yourself get too busy. Don't let yourself get too preoccupied. Learn the lessons of COVID, that we need to care for ourselves. And fourth, remember always that the way through suffering and darkness and despair is related to our capacity to love. No matter what challenge that you find, what difficulty you have to overcome, love others. Reach into others' lives in their suffering and help them. Be a presence. Psychologists call this, in the meta theory of resiliency, learned helpfulness. To reach in the midst of our own difficulty and suffering into the lives of others. And we grow through our love. And that love comes back to us tenfold. So we send you forth with our great love, our pride, and our hopes and dreams for you and your future. We send you forth with what we market at Niagara University as the 3 eternal gifts. You go forth with confidence, clarity of direction, and into the world with a heightened sense of purpose. Fly, purple eagles, and become the power of Niagara. God bless you.
Thank you, Father, for your thoughtful remarks and, as always, for your steadfast leadership and inspired vision. Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Graduates, the faculty marshals will guide you out of the theater. Friends and family, please remain at your seats until all the students have processed out. I declare the 2022 commencement exercises for the Niagara University College of Arts and Sciences and the College of Hospitality, Sport, and Tourism Management officially closed.